Kereisos Daf, the halachas of a zav. If somebody sees a ziva one time, he's tummy like a valkyrie for one night. If he sees 2 riyas, he's tummy for 7 days. And if he sees 3 riyas, he's tummy for 7 days, and he must bring a carbon. What happens if on the 7th day at night, before he's able to bring the carbon the following day, he sees 3 riyas? So if he sees 1 riyah at night and 2 riyas in the following day, he's chayav according to everybody in an additional carbon. His carbon that he brings the following day does not pater him for this riyah. But if he sees 2 at night and 1 in the following day, that's dependent on the machlokes whether laila mechusar zman. If the night is dependent on the day. If it's dependent on the day, so then the carbon they bring during the day suffices for everything that happened the night before. But if it's independent of the day, then you have to bring another carbon. The Gemara brings a story where Rav Aisha used to learn by Bar Kapara, and then he decided to learn by Reb Chia. Bar Kapara was very hurt by this. So when Rav Aisha met Bar Kapara and he asked him the following question, do we say if somebody has 3 re'iyas on the 7th night, do we say that's the same halacha like Beis Hill say by Yoledes, as we had yesterday? A woman who gives birth and on the 81st day where she has to bring a carbon, she had a miscarriage the night before. Does the carbon that she bring on the 81st day, is it enough to pater her for the second miscarriage or not? And Beis Hill will bring a pasuk, libas, to say that she has to bring another carbon. So can we learn from Yoledes to the whole Torah in a binyan? Or no, perhaps it's only halacha by Yoledes. So Bar Kapara tells Rabbi Shia, why don't you go ask Aya, which is a lashon of Gnai to Reb Chia. But there is a Tana who holds that any time you have a re'iyah, such as on the 7th night, which is soiser the 7 days. In other words, this person waited 7 days. Now he had a re'iyah, now he has to start at 7 days over. If that re'iyah causes you to wait another 7 days, then it's not mitzvah if you can't combine it to the following re'iyahs of the following day. Says the Mishnah, a woman who gave birth 5 times, or she saw 5 zivais. It's enough for her to bring 1 carbon temporarily in order for her to eat kachem. She'll have to bring the rest at a different time, but right now she can eat kachem. Why? Because it's similar to somebody who's tummy many times. 1 tefillah suffices for all of the tumas. However, if she had 5 speikas, so she can bring 1 carbon and that's it, because we barely let her bring that carbon because it could be chulin ba'azara. The sprinkling of the blood of the oif chatos it could be in vain. So therefore she brings 1 and she's pater completely. But if she has 5 vadei leidos, she certainly gave birth 5 times, she brings 1 carbon today, but the rest she's mechuyev to bring. The Mishnah brings a story that Reb Shimon Gamliel was upset that the price of the carbon chatas for Yoledes went up to a dinar zahav, a golden coin per bird, which was extremely expensive. So he swore that he won't go to sleep until the price drops. And in fact, what he did was, he came up with a drasha. And the halacha is, in a time, in extreme situations, you're allowed to make drashas even though they're not true. And Reb Shimon Gamliel darshan that a woman who has to bring 5 karbanos could bring 1, and in fact the price dropped to 1% of the original price. When she has 5 births that were vadai and 5 births that are safek, so according to the Tanakama, she brings 2 sets of birds, 1 for the vadaim, 1 for the sveikos. According to Rabbi Ben Nuri, you only have to bring 1 set. Just if there's 1 of the 5 of the sveikos is a vadai, then she has to specify and say the carbon that I'm bringing right now is specifically for that vadai. Because Rabbi Ben Nuri is concerned that if she only brings 1 carbon, she'll forget to bring the rest the other day. Rabbi Kiva says we're not concerned with that. And with that, we finish the first parak in Kereisos Hadron Allah Shleishim B'Sheish. Says the Mishnah, there are 4 categories of mechusri kapara. People who have to bring a carbon chatas, not because they sinned, just because they want to be able to eat kachem. The first one is a yoledes, as we discussed, a woman who gives birth. The next 2 are a zav and a zava. The reason why the Mishnah counts them as 2 separate cases is because the way they become tamei are different from each other. A zav can become tamei in the same day if he sees 3 different riyas, where a zava needs to see 3 separate riyas in 3 separate days. And a zav does not become tamei ba'oines. Let's say he goes on a trip, and because of that trip he saw a ziva, he doesn't become tummy, whereas a zava does become tummy. Therefore, they're considered two separate cases. The Mishnah brings them as two. The mitzora is the fourth case, but that's the same as the mitzuras. Although they have different halachas, but the amount that causes them tumah, which is a gris, is the same. The difference in halachas are that a man is asur, a mitzora is asur b'tashmish, and a man has to do priya and prima. He has to let his hair grow, and he has to rip his clothes. Rav Elazar ben Yaakov adds a ger. Although Chachamim admit to Rav Elazar ben Yaakov that a ger also has to bring a carbon, but they say it's not counted in the Mishnah because it's not to allow him to eat kachin. The carbon of a ger is two birds, which are both oilas, which is different than the rest of the Torah, which one is a chatas and one is oila. In fact, he could bring a behemoth as well. We just were makel and we said we allow him to bring something as cheap as a bird. Reb Elazar ben Yaakov also adds a nazir, that the carbon that a nazir brings allows him to drink wine and to take a haircut and tumah. Chacham say again, but it doesn't allow him kachin, that's why it's not counted in the Mishnah. And the reason why Reb Elazar ben Yaakov didn't count a nazir who becomes tamei is because over there, the carbon doesn't allow him to drink wine and rather restarts his count. Have a wonderful day.